simple game plans, while there could be linear, it's only one. So you can focus on very specific parts of certain things to adapt and play around your opponent, which can make their life so much harder and baiting them into playing more scared and adapting to more ways than one.
Yeah, at the end of the day, the goal is to win the game. You're trying to win the video game. So creating and dissecting win conditions, and by extension your opponent's lose conditions, is how you start to break down these games and break down these sets. And what Bowser and, by extension, Leon do so well is figure out how to make those stocks disappear, how to win at the end of the day and create those victory scenarios, read those air dodges and turn them into stocks, read your shields and turn them into grabs. It's an eternal 50-50 that currently Leon is in no short supply of.
Leon adopting the mentality that Jack had in his set and just straight up rushing him down and doing it. Playing the game super well and forcing Syrup into a very disadvantageous position, right? Of playing in defensive position as Steve, where Steve can do very well, right? But it's climbing that wall. It's getting snowballed against a character like Bowser, who slowly accrues more of that rage. Take the stocks earlier, just like catching that jump, where you're going to open up, getting caught with that back air. Leon now up 3 stocks to 1 in game number 1.
And it's almost like he's leaving red herrings around the stage as the footstool dare out of shield does take the stock there for Leon. But by leaving these blocks around, you're almost anticipating that Syrup is going to utilize them in some fashion. So you can turn it on its head and pivot those stray blocks and stray tech from Syrup into opportunities to land your back airs and to find your win condition, because Syrup, at the end of the day, is making that first move.
Oh yeah, 100%. Oh, really scary. Leon catching that roll in there with the Whirling Fortress, and here comes the Flame Breath on the stage as well. Not doing too much damage there. Well, unfortunately, letting that rip a little too early. Having enough time to pull out that grab. Syrup, again, just doesn't have time to get that set up, because Leon playing this game plan of getting sent out against Steve and then immediately running back and not giving this Steve any time to set up. Because if you do, this, like you said earlier, this Steve has wonders going on in that mind. The second you give Syrup any leeway to set anything up, it gets very scary very quickly.
Oh, missing the back air, the Nair back air conversion ever so slightly. Some little interactions went Leon's way a little bit in the early game, but now it's all Syrup for these past 2 stocks, closing out and doing a ton of damage here. 71. No gold online, though. Had spent it on tools. The air dodge getting punished, but not for your stock. You are still in the game here for Leon. Potential survival, no more.
No way.
He missed his ledge drop double jump side B and just was a sitting duck.
Sigh.
That's tough.
That sucks.
But as the old saying goes, if you're Syrup, you take those.
That seems like a pretty new saying, man.
Yeah.
Like you just said it now.
I just came up with it.
That's a pretty good saying. I'll say it. I'll say it tomorrow. I got you.
Thanks, man.
I'll sit in my bed. I'm like, you know what?
Make sure to credit me.
Got you. Trademark. Google.
Yeah. TM.
Anyways, yeah, just Syrup being able to play so composed there and bring that all the way back. It's got to be so tough for Leon. Again, it comes the dichotomy right, of the Bowser not being able to, again, like change up the game plan on the fly as well as the Steve can. And Syrup taking that fully to his advantage, because again, taking the lead as early as possible and forcing Leon, it's such a terrible position.
Yeah, I think it goes without saying, but might as well say it anyway. It is our job. That the margin for error here is extremely slim for Leon. He is still playing Bowser Steve, and he's been doing a damn good job of it. But he does have to play around these. He doesn't have like a ton of wiggle room to make these small mistakes, to make these tech errors. And in turn, dropping a game like that to Syrup, where he was very much winnable, that eats at your mind just a little bit, especially in a long set.
And we're seeing him get really anxious here for the kill. I mean, he ended up finding that there with the forward air, just opting for a lot of those side specials and just wanting to take the lead against the Steve so badly. That is the one bit that you could have in a matchup like this. Unfortunately, but finding a little bit of extra credit. It's just taking the lead against Steve is so huge in this matchup. Because the second you get down, the second you are forced to approach, Steve just takes that and absolutely runs with it.
He's keeping it real even thus far, though. And, I mean, we're talking about Leon's mentality. Like, Syrup, no worse for wear. He is locked in this entire time. Like, just because of how Steve operates and because of Syrup's own potential as a player, he's been so consistent at, like, landing stuff like footstools out of shield that he's been relatively calm throughout this entire set thus far. But Leon started to really put the screws on. We saw a kind of weird air dodge, a weird Eltira, a couple of even punished thoroughly with those side Bs in order to re-cement this lead for Leon, who's trying to fight his way back to a run back as well with Jackal waiting in Grants.
Now, we have Leon, again, taking this lead and absolutely running with it, right? The Bowser sitting here in the lead, now forcing the Steve at ledge with no materials left. Here comes the bad thing. I mean, that just sucks. Yeah. The bad thing, you cannot buffer that tech. Nope. You get caught there in an unfortunate circumstance. But not like I said, we have Steve throwing on the aggression again, but you don't have time to pull out those materials. Like, Zerp's got a good combo, but suddenly you have to sit back. You got to get back to the drawing board. You have to take a step back and force yourself in a bad position. And this is where Bowser thrives. Throwing out that F tilt at those walls, forcing you to pick a defensive option is where you want to be.
All you got to do is destroy that bottom block. And I raised the question, Momo, what materials?
The materials in question are gone.
There was no, like, Syrup was trying to put up blocks, had to be super stingy with them, throw out just too high walls, burn iron on blocks that you would like to keep for minecarts or anvils, because we saw in Game 1, Syrup have a ton of success with footstool out of shield on Leon's attempted cross-ups and just generally staying close to the body. But with no iron, you can't really do that.
And that, there comes the tough scenario of resource management of, okay, you could, in theory, run up to Bowser and just up tilt and then combo him all the way to Valhalla, right? But then suddenly, once the Bowser even up the game, like, wait, I've got no materials. I haven't mined all game. I did a lot of damage, but wait a minute. It sucks. I have nothing to play defensively with. And that's where you need to have that mix, or that we throw it right back to Bowser's simple game plan, or of, oh, I notice you have no materials. That's where I run in. That's where I do my thing.
Suddenly, you don't have that X factor anymore. You don't have blocks. You don't have all these extra mechanics. You're
no anvil, no minecart.
Yeah, you just have a bad jump and a mediocre air dodge. Good luck, have fun. Oh, this is the Steve party time though. He not only did Syrup have time to accrue extra resources, get further and further into that that mining loop, but also take the stock and convert it maybe even into another one if he's able to complete this ledge trap. No dice though. Leon makes it back for the moment. Momo, we're just seeing Syrup have one of these games time and time again in all of the sets we've seen him play. Just like a game where he just goes off.
Oh yeah, like Syrup, type of player, like you get him in the zone, you get him to start playing that aggressive game, and he just is locked in. He is not being taken out by anything whatsoever. And he's got a good amount of materials here too. Got another diamond on lock whenever he loses stock, if he loses stock. And as I said, I immediately get hit the back here. You're welcome, Leon, by the way. Bringing this to second stock scenario, we've got diamond on lock once more, but getting hit immediately with that down air. It's like, dude, when you step the wall there, minecarting out to damage your shield, forcing you to want to jump so you don't get your shield broken, and then anviling there again. He just did it again. Yeah, I feel so validated, man.
He's just pinning him, and
dude, I'm sorry, that was loud. Dude,
he's shouting
like getting belligerent.
Oh, it's the same type of traps. He's trying to pin Leon into very, very small spaces where he's forced to pick a defensive option, either a spot dodge or a roll, something of the like. Sheesh. And then you can back it up with one of, if not the best back airs in the game. Diamond back air.
I'd say it's the best back air. I'd say so.
There's a lot of really good back airs, but Diamond back air specifically is just so nuts.
Yeah.
Like the auto cancel window is huge, just throwing out high, low, mixing in up tilts, and then throwing out the forward smash as well when the shield was already low. So if he blocked that, it could have just popped the shield.
That was a Street Fighter 50-50 just hit him with.
Yeah.
Up tilt on the shield to the back air, and forcing you to pick an option. Of course, picking the one wrong option. That is a 50-50 for everybody wondering.
Guess for your life.
Guess for game, and unfortunately, you guessed incorrectly. We're going to bring this back to Town and City. Leon, of course, being very comfortable playing on the stage, just finding most of his stocks off of these side blast zones. So I think for the smaller side blast zones, but the bigger ceiling, where Syrup also does juggle you a lot, it's going to make it tougher for Syrup in a lot of situations, but also tougher for you for finding ledge traps with the platforms and all the shenanigans for Steve's recovery. But I feel like Leon's shown his tenacity today. He was able to lock in pretty well on a stage like this.
Yeah, it's constantly benefited him just having the extra space, because it doesn't seem like Leon is trying to stop the accrual of stuff like gold and diamond. Instead, he's trying to just whittle down the amount of blocks that Syrup has at a time and keep those blocks at relatively low health, like these wooden ones. On top of, as you mentioned, the small side blast zones, the ability to roam, to avoid minecarts, all of that benefiting Leon slowly and steadily, though Syrup getting a combo of his own, not able to complete it. Instead, just keeping things simple with the up tilt back air that time, forcing Leon back onto ledge. But luckily, we're on Town and City, that platform there to help bail Leon out.
That is, you know, Bowser's, the flying card he has in the New Super Mario Bros. Games, that's his Town and City platform. He is posted up, he is comfortable, he is fine. Oh, but oh my god, the second he gets out of that platform, he's getting put in the thingamabob once more. It's just golly, the way that Syrup's able to set up a lot of these situations so flawlessly, it just, I mean, he's just hitting him, he's just punching him. He just gave Bowser a
beat him up.
Just gave him a swirly. That was uncalled for. He just called him a dork.
Yeah, we don't need to build new things. Drop the gloves.
Give me your lunch money, nerd.
Bowser is a doting father. So, you know what? Maybe Steve's one-man built show.
He's also a dweeb, apparently.
Apparently.
According to Steve. Alex said that, not me.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Just
I think the block saved him there. I think he got hit by in the jab ring into the block, which is weird.
Man, Syrup is just starting to really just put on the pressure, like time and time again, pivoting between different contraptions, different setups, and just overwhelming the mental stack of Leon. Like, there's just so much like micro movement around, where you're placing the block, run off, back air, shift around, just constantly overwhelming Leon into what to think. But whenever he's in advantage, Leon able to reaffirm and reapply those big Bowser feet onto the ground to try and keep himself in this game, and by extension in this set. It's one stock away from being eliminated at third place here tonight.
But now Leon playing the Steve counterplay very well, running him off the crafting table, so he still does not have that diamond on log. Syrup doing everything in his power to try to get more of those materials. Finally getting Leon off stage and opting for the diamond tools. Off stage in a very bad position. The high recovery is going to stage, just barely dipping, pancaking. Bowser pancaking, that's going to be a new one. That under the diamond up tilt.
First time I heard of that one, but Bowser just getting small enough, but the jump from ledge getting stuffed, and it will be the stock. The geese popping off in the background. Everyone else laughing it up.
Yucking.
As another chapter of Syrup and Leon goes in the favor of Syrup this time. They split 1-1 here today, but we got to move on to the next chapter and the final chapter of Fireside Open 2023, Jackal and Syrup.
Yo, I'm loving the tricks you're doing with that thing, by the way.
Thanks, man.
Sorry, I'm just like enamored right now.
Oh, I dropped it because you're looking at
it. My fault. Anyways.
But still, very, very well played set. I think Leon demonstrated a lot of just like fundamentally strong counterplay against Steve, which is like utilizing large buttons to poke out blocks, breaking the bottom block with your safe pokes.
Running him off the crafting table.
Running him off the crafting table. Very, very important, especially when he has diamond, because crafting diamond takes longer, so you have more time to do a couple push. Just like a lot of fundamentally good stuff, but because Syrup is so adept at the character, you just have so much to worry about constantly. And that doesn't even mention some of the easy edge guards that Syrup can do, like just dropping an anvil on Bowser's linear recovery and taking this linear character and meeting him with one of the most complex in the game.
Yeah, that's just, unfortunately, like, you know, the future is now. You know, that's just how it is.
We're there.
Locking it down very, very well. Good stuff too, Syrup, of course. Leon, of course, again, like you said, putting a very respectable counterplay and countering the Steve as much as he could. But just the way that Syrup, again, his mind opens up. We see times that, like, there are the people that are kind of upset we don't see the Syrup nest anymore. But honestly, it is still here in spirit. Like, I see every time I see him go for I'm crowning it the thingamajig, by the way.
Okay.
If anyone calls it that, yeah, send me
Trademark.
$5. PayPal, Venmo.
Yeah, put your Venmo on
in
right now.
the mailbox. I'll dock myself on stream right now.